Hey everyone, it's Jack. Hope you're all doing amazing. Today's video is going to be just kind of an update on my overall account and how my WealthSimple trade challenge is going overall. I'm going to really just focus on two main things. One is going to be updates to my account, some stocks that I'm building up positions in, what they are, and what size of position I'm building up. And then secondly is going to be just my overall investment strategy, how I'm going to try to build my small account up into a bigger and bigger account. And I'm going to show you guys some tips and tricks that I'm going to be doing and just overall my focus and why I'm doing certain decisions. So I hope you guys enjoy. So just briefly, anyone who's new to my channel and this may be their first video they're watching, I'm currently undertaking a WealthSimple trade challenge. I'm using the platform to start with $1,000 and trade it up. And my goal is to get to $100,000. There's no real timeline. I'm just setting small goals as I go month by month. And the big goal is that $100,000 mark. So as far as my account goes, I'm currently at just over $1,088, up just over 4% this week, which is pretty sweet. So definitely on a good pace right now. As I keep saving and investing more money into the account, hopefully we can see that growth just keep snowballing and getting bigger and bigger and bigger. That's the dream and that's the goal. One thing to quickly note is I have sold one position in my account. I actually sold Lightspeed POS, LSPD, that I showed in my previous video. If you want to see what I'm currently holding in my account, I'd recommend you go check that video out. It's where I go over what I'm invested in and the breakdown of why I'm investing in those companies. So as far as why I sold Lightspeed POS, I really sold it because it had a massive spike last week. I bought in, as I'll show a screenshot from last video or 2 videos ago, I bought in around $88 when it had a huge dip. Last week it had one day where it shot up to over $100 per share. And I decided to sell my one share. I only had one share. And the other reason I wanted to sell it was I just didn't really feel comfortable with having a share that was worth, close to $100 with an account that's only around $1,000. I didn't really want to have a single share that took up 10% of my account. It didn't really feel like a safe move for me to have such a big percentage of my account in one share. I'd rather be buying stocks that are a lot cheaper, so that I can have multiple shares so that if anything happens, I can sell a few shares here if I need to, or buy even more shares when I want to. And having a stock that's over $100 just didn't really make sense. And I saw a huge spike, and I got around a 12 to 15% return on that purchase. So I was happy with that. So I decided to get out of that. I still think Lightspeed is a great company that's going to continue to grow. I sure do. Just right now in my small account, I didn't really want to have that stock that took up such a big percentage of my portfolio. So that's why I ended up selling that position. So let me jump into now my overall small account investment strategy, kind of the big picture, what actions I'm going to be taking and why I'm making those actions, how I'm going to try to get my account to grow as optimally as possible. So my overall strategy is still to invest smart and save like crazy. Those two things, it's really a simplified version as you can be to have success in the stock market, I believe. Smart decisions and saving like crazy to keep on fueling those stocks and investments. So I'm going to focus on growth stocks to start my challenge. I really want to really jumpstart my account and try to get it up to a certain threshold that I've set for myself. I want to get it to $1,500 by the end of the month. So currently I need about just over $400. And that's going to be through making more savings into the account, moving more money into the account, as well as what I have in the account growing. So I'm focusing on growth stocks. Like I said, I really want to focus on growth here. And then once I've built my account up to a decent size, then I'm going to start to diversify into dividend growth and just overall safer dividends. But to start my account, I'm really going to focus on good Canadian companies that are a good price that I think are going to grow pretty well in the next few months to a year and that I can really believe in. That's really important, is that you believe in the companies you're investing in. Otherwise, you're not going to care if they go up. You're just going to sell, and you might miss out on some really good opportunities for even higher growth. So there's really companies that you can get behind and companies that you feel good investing money into. Another reason I'm focusing on growth stocks first is I feel just the way the market has gone since the pandemic started, the very quick recovery. I feel like a lot of the dividend stocks, such as the banks and utilities companies, they're almost at their all-time highs, which if you look at the state of the economy, It doesn't really make total sense. We're still in the middle of a lockdown, at least I am here in Ontario, but we're seeing the companies at all-time highs almost, but people are losing jobs still. They're still not back to normal. We don't know when that's going to be. The vaccine rollout is struggling. I really just see growth stocks right now being the best bang for your buck. I do think dividends are great, but a lot of those companies trading at all-time highs or close to isn't as appealing to me right now as an investor to get into. So I'm going to focus on growth stocks first, build up my positions in several growth stocks that I truly believe in, and then I'm going to move over to dividends. And hopefully when I do move over, they've come down in price a little bit. Maybe there's going to be a little bit of a pullback in the market that we can get in at great prices at those dividend stocks. We'll see growth in those companies as well as the dividends, and that's really ideal. So on to the second half of this video, where I'm going to be covering two stocks that I'm planning to add sizable positions of into my small account. The two stocks are actually were covered in one of my previous videos. If you haven't already seen that and you want to get a little bit more in-depth analysis of why I like these stocks for the long run and a couple others that I'm looking into, you can go check that out. So the two stocks are H2O Innovations, ticker symbol HEO, and Standard Lithium, ticker symbol SLL. Like I said, I covered both of these in my other video in depth. So I'll run quickly through why I like these two companies for the long term. Firstly, H2O Innovation is disrupting the clean water or wastewater treatment industry. They are leading the way when it comes to the number of applications and technology that they are advancing in. If you're not aware, the world is actually in a water crisis right now. If you Google world water crisis, you'll start to learn about some of the countries and the problems and issues they're facing around clean water. H2O is leading the charge to help break down these barriers, and they've been on a super, super hot streak of the last few months of signing contracts with different companies. One of them rumored to be Tesla, to help put some wastewater and water treatment things into their new factories that they're building all over the world. So a lot of exciting contracts, and they're starting to get some real money behind them. So this is one reason why I can see their share price absolutely skyrocketing over the next year or so, and even decades down the road. They're going to continue to grow and grow and grow, and at a pretty fast pace is my guess. So this is a company that I'm going to be trying to purchase around 300 shares in over the next month or two. I want to build up at the current share price. They're just over $3. So if I bought 300 shares, it would be close to $1,000 by the time it's all said and done after purchasing them all as the next month and a half goes on. So that's my goal, to get around $1,000 into H2O Innovations. This is a really exciting company that has a problem that they're solving that is super important to the world, and a great company here in Canada. The second growth stock that I'm adding to my portfolio, and that I'm going to be building up my position size in over the next month and a half, like H2O, is Standard Lithium. Standard Lithium is a lithium company that owns and operates huge lithium mine. And right now we've seen this EV boom with Tesla and NIO, a bunch of other stocks over the last year or so have gone absolutely crazy to the moon, as Papa Elon would say. But lithium is what powers all of these EV vehicles, and we haven't seen the same growth in lithium. We've started to see the growth, but it's lagging behind the EV sector. But these two really go hand in hand. So I think that we're going to see the lithium industry over the next year or two absolutely skyrocket and go crazy. So my bet is on Standard Lithium. It's a stock that's around $4 right now, and they own the rights, like I said, to a huge mining operation down in the States for lithium. So this is one that I'm betting on for the next year or so. I think it's going to do extremely well, and wouldn't be surprised if we see the stock get to the $10 plus range. So that's over double the investment and double the price that it's at right now. For my total position size, I'm going to be looking to add 250-ish shares of Standard Lithium over the next month or two. So that's going to be roughly same as H2O, around $1,000 I'm aiming towards. $1,000 for H2O and $1,000 for Standard Lithium. So both of them are going to be kind of a one-to-one, and I'm going to be not just going for H2O at once, not just going for Standard Lithium. I'm really going to be going for them both at the same time, because I do think that either one of them could skyrocket at any moment. So I really want to have at least part of my position covered already as it starts to gain momentum. So those are the two stocks currently I'm building positions in: H2O Innovations, HEO, and Standard Lithium, ticker symbol SLL. That's going to give me $1,000 hopefully by the end of the next month or so in both of those positions. My goal is in the next 2 months to fully close out those positions and get my portfolio close to the $2,500 range. That would be awesome, and that's my goal. So that would give me around $500 is what I have in Real Matters currently in my portfolio. If you didn't see this is one that I think could double as well in the next few months to a year. And then with my H2O and Standard Lithium, that'll get me up to the $2,500 range. So we're working our way there. It's not a quick process by any means and not an easy one, but we're definitely stepping away at it and really building our way up as we go. That's really the goal. A couple shares a day goes a long way in the long run, saving where you can and putting that into these stocks that are, literally if you don't buy a coffee, you can buy a share of one of these stocks, something like that. That's really how you can look at it. And down the road, you're going to thank yourself for making that investment now. I urge you to start your own WealthSimple trade challenge with whatever you have, 100, 250, or you can do 1,000 like me. And really anything helps. Anything counts. Just getting that process of saving and investing started really is going to help better your life and change it for the better. So I urge you to do that. If you want to sign up with the code down below, I have a link that will give you $10 free when you trade your first 100. You get $10, I get $10. It's a win-win, and let's grow our accounts together. We're in this together. Let me know down below what stocks you're going to be investing in. Just drop the ticker symbols down below. I'm out onto a watch list of my own for the future. So I hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you did, please smash that like button and subscribe to the channel to follow along with the journey on the road from $1,000 account to $100,000. Let's get it.